Hello, readers. Today we're going to listen to the story Spoon by Amy Krauss Rosenthal. And we've been talking a lot about how when readers finish listening to a story, how they talk about all of the different parts of the story. So after we read Spoon today, we're going to spend some time talking about what happened in the beginning, the middle, and the end of the story. So listen carefully so that you can help me when we're finished. Spoon. This is Spoon. This is Spoon's family. On Sundays, Spoon goes to visit his Aunt Silver. He has to be on his very best behavior there. She's very fancy and proper. Goodbye, darling. Ta-ta. At bedtime, Spoon likes to hear the story about his adventurous great-grandmother who fell in love with a dish and ran off to a distant land. Lately, though, Spoon has been feeling a bit blue. What's wrong? Asked his mother. You look a bit bent out of shape. Nothing, mumbled Spoon. It's just that, I don't know. All my friends have it so much better than me. Like Knife. Knife is so lucky. He gets to cut. He gets to spread. I never get to cut or spread. Yes, Knife is pretty spiffy that way, isn't he? And Fork is so lucky. She gets to go practically everywhere. I bet she never goes stir crazy like I do. Fork does get out and make herself useful, doesn't she? See all the things the fork gets to do. And Chopsticks, they are so lucky. Everyone thinks they're really cool and exotic. No one thinks I'm cool and exotic. Those chopsticks are something else, aren't they? Meanwhile, if only Spoon knew what his friends were saying at that very minute. Spoon is so lucky, said Knife. He's so fun and easygoing. Everyone is so serious with me. No one's ever allowed to be silly with me like they are with Spoon. Spoon is so lucky, said Fork. He gets to measure stuff. No one ever does that with me. Spoon is so lucky, said Chopsticks. He can go places by himself. We could never function apart. That night, after bedtime stories, Spoon's mom turned off the light, tucked him in, and said, You know, Spoon, I wonder if you realize just how lucky you are. Your friends will never know the joy of diving head first into a bowl of ice cream. They'll never know what it feels like to clink against the side of a cereal bowl. They'll never be able to twirl around in a mug or relax in a hot cup of tea. Spoon hadn't thought of it that way before. He lay awake in bed for a long time. His mind was racing. He felt so alive. There was only one thing to do. I can't sleep. Come, Snuggle. Come, Spoon. And so he did. Okay, readers, I want you to think about the beginning of the story. Think about how Spoon was feeling when the story began. How did he feel at the beginning of the story? And then think about, as the story went on, how he started to feel at the end. Can you pick someone nearby, maybe a sibling or a family member, and can you tell them all about what happened in the story Spoon? See if you can share something from the beginning of the story with them, from the middle of the story, and then something from the end of the story. See if you can discuss how Spoon felt at the beginning of the story and how he felt at the end of the story, and talk about how his feelings changed and why did his feelings change. Well, I hope you enjoy discussing Spoon with someone in your family.